Hello everyone and welcome back to another Big Ambitions video. Last video we got fired a few times from our job, but we got it back each and every time because we're just different. And today we're gonna carry on with the same process of acquiring as much money as we can to get a step closer to actually opening our first shop. So let's get started. So far so good. We have some food in our belly, so we can definitely get through this day easily. We did some scouting and we saw some opportunities. We saw that we have some available buildings right next door to us. We checked out the appliance store and saw the prices of all the items that we need to get, which is a little bit over $4,000. And with the additional cost of the rent, which is going to be around $900, we will need roughly around $5,000 to get a business ready. I would also like to have a car before we start all of this, and I think a car is somewhere around $1.5K, maybe more. I will take a taxi on the day off, or maybe rent one of those scooters and just go on to the car dealership to see how much that Honda was priced at, because a car will be very important, especially in the beginning, because we will have to go back and forth to get the stock, because we won't have an HQ to rely on for the purchasing agents and for the logistic managers. We will definitely not have a warehouse to cover all the shipping and deliveries, so we will be the sole point of contact for the store in terms of, just day-to-day stuff, having stock and selling. And once we start working for ourselves, that $200 a day will go away and we'll make thousands. It's not that difficult to get to that stage. It's just the early grind that kind of gets to you, especially if you're not used to sleeping on a bench so often and going back and forwards. And definitely, if you're not allowing yourself, like I am, to get any loans, that will also get to you in some way, psychologically speaking. Because right now, every fiber of my body is telling me, get the $800K loan and carry on, open up the store, but that would defeat the purpose of this playthrough. So I just want to make things difficult but also fun, and I think this is pretty much fun, because if I was this guy in real life doing this business, I would not think about getting a loan from the get-go, because I know how bad loans are from the banks, especially when you consider the interest rates that you have to pay back. It's just suicidal. So I would definitely not go through with getting a loan from a bank, and I would consider just putting money on the side, and when I'm ready, and I will be soon, I would start my own business. So yeah, in a way, it's a little bit of a real world situation here that I'm doing for myself, of course. Maybe you're different, maybe you're more courageous than me, and you would like to go forward with getting a loan from the bank, but that's just not the way I would like to do things. So yeah, we'll definitely have to work for a few more days before we can get to that 6,000 mark, and of course before we can get to opening up anything. But again, that's perfectly fine. We are here to enjoy the simulation, not to skip forward and do speed runs. I've already done that. Okay, so some of you in the comment section mentioned that you can get some happiness if you sleep in the park on the bench. I must admit, I did not know that information before, so I'm willing to give it a try and see if our happiness will be slightly better if we go to the park. And I'm thinking that this was the location referred to, so let's rent that scooter and quickly go over there. We still have some energy left because we had food in our bellies, so I'm not putting myself in jeopardy here. And there it is. That's the park. Let's find a bench. I don't know if I should be... Can we go in? Because I see scooters here. Is the game not allowing us to go between? Yeah, it does. Good. Let's find a nice spot. Here's a nice spot. Let's go until 8 o'clock. Maybe a bit more. Go for another hour. Well, it definitely didn't do anything to me. Maybe I'm in the wrong place, so maybe I'm not doing this correctly. Maybe it should be over the course of the entire night. I'm not seeing any improvement. Oh, actually, look, I am happier. I think that the problem that we have is that I've been going through a sad period for longer than usual time, and this probably... I think what happened was that I've been sad for a long time, and it takes a longer period for my character to gain back his usual happy self. But surely if I go back there and sleep, I will get my happiness. And I've seen that some of you in the comment section mentioned that I'm wasting money with all this food I'm getting. $10.90 is too much. You need to do better. And don't worry, I'm trying my best and I'm learning from my mistakes. Like I said, I'm optimizing myself to save as much money as possible and not waste them when it's not necessary. So yeah, I got the Goldilocks. It's one hot dog before you go to sleep, and then you have enough energy to go through the day. So let's just skip through the day. Tomorrow we have another shift, so I'll carry on with a couple of these shifts, and I'll see you in a short while. So today is our day off, and I figured let's start our journey towards becoming a businessman. And to do so, we need to study. I was just thinking that if the game allows us, we might as well just start studying, because I think we have, it's 30 per hour. I think we have enough money to afford this. So why not? I think someone just stole my scooter. That's unfortunate. Luckily, there's a few here. And we might as well just get some fresh produce. Fresh food. I need a shopping basket. Of course I do. Of course I do. It's expensive, but it gets the hunger bar filled to the maximum. So I can't be mad at that. Yeah, so we studied for a little bit. We lost, quote unquote, a few bucks, but money spent on knowledge is not money lost. So I'm gonna take it as a win. And I think that's pretty much it for the day, because we don't have energy left. This place closes at 8. So yeah, even if I go to sleep right now, it's still not gonna be enough to be worth coming back. And that is okay. You might think that I was a bit lazy for not using my legs and taking the scooter to the school, but the reason why I did that is purely because time is of the essence and we're already at day 20, and I don't want to be in a position where I cannot cover that 100 million quest that I've started. So I'm really focusing on making as much money as I can, and time is money, so the 20 bucks we spent on the scooter was definitely not wasted. Back to the grind. I'm gonna do you the pleasure of not having to sit through all these shifts. So I'm gonna leave you with a nice time lapse, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so I grinded hard for a few days, got more money, we're up to 3.1k, and today is our day off, and I'm going to inspect the wholesale stores available in the city. There's one small one just over here where we'll use the trusted scooter, because it's quite nice to drive. And I just want to inspect the prices that are in the market currently, because maybe a clothing store is not the cheapest alternative. Maybe there's others, such as the new electronics store, who might be quite affordable. And we saw in my previous video where we looked at the performance of the electronic stores in small shops, they were quite good compared to anything else. So paper bag costs $176 for 1,000 pieces, which is good, and there's not a lot of things happening here. May we speak with you, sir? No, because we don't own a business yet. Makes sense. Okay, so get on the scooter. That's one of them. There's a bigger one over here, and there's another one here apparently. Interesting. I have not seen these guys before, but we can browse their inventory from this screen. We don't need to physically go there. Let's see, cup of coffee, expensive flowers. There we go. These guys actually have what we needed. So the reason by trays are 2,400 for 16 pieces. God. And then the phones, and yeah, that's a lot of money. There is no way I'm gonna be able to touch any of that. That's fine. That's the whole point of doing recon. It's understanding what you can afford and what would be the best products for you. And fortunately, these guys here have just that. They're clothing stores. They have the cheap male clothing, 50 pieces at 855 bucks. That's not too bad. That's basically what the small shop is costing up front. So I'm thinking that soon we'll have enough money to get this started. Because between you and I'm pretty much done working for this guy. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm gonna be honest. I want to work for myself. No offense, Mr. Jose. You have a very successful business and I'm always gonna be grateful for what you've done for me. But at the end of the day, I must make more money because I cannot be sleeping on a bench and eating burgers for the rest of my life. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go back to the grind and I'll leave you with this lovely time lapse. Alright, so I had enough. We got sad, we couldn't eat because we were sad, and we got fired. But the plus side is that we have just about enough money to get us started. So first of all, we saw that this building has 39 traffic index, this one has 45, and the one next to it has 38. So we cannot go for a medium-sized one because it costs just too much money and it doesn't make a financial sense to do so. But this one here has a 49 traffic index, and let's just see how much does it cost. It's actually kind of the same. This one is 39 and it's slightly cheaper. Okay, but I think paying just slightly bit more for more traffic index is worth it. So we're gonna go here, and luckily this one is on the same street as the warehouse where we will get the clothes to have in our store, and I believe the appliance store is close by as well. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we're doing this. We're finally doing this. All right, rent the building. Perfect. We start the new business. It's gonna be a clothing store, and the name of the store is gonna be New Beginnings. All right, perfect. Step 1 completed. Step 2, let's get a few of those items that are necessary for this business to get started. We don't have enough knowledge to employ people, and that is completely fine because we were not going to do so. They cost too much money and we just need to make some money in the beginning, and then we can worry about other stuff. So let's grab this hand truck and quickly go over here, and we're gonna grab one clothing rack angled. We need a changing room, and sadly this one costs quite a lot. And we also need a cash register and a table with drawers. So let's see, does this shop have everything that we need? I might be blind again. Well, this is an office phone, decorative shampoo. Yeah, they definitely are not in here. And they also don't have any storage shelves. No, they do. Okay, so at least we can get most of the items in one go. We also need a shopping basket, and that puts us at 2.7k. And we have, I think, just about enough to get the cashier and the table with drawers. So let's place this beautiful order. Perfect. We have 400 bucks left, and we can get to our clothing store, which is just across the street, so it's not too much of a hassle to get there. And actually it was a good decision that we got here. Because imagine going around with all these things in our hand. We can place the storage shelf in the back here. We will have one clothing rack. We gotta start somewhere, right? One stack of shopping baskets, and also one changing room, which we're gonna place right here. We don't need this hand truck anymore. We don't have any space to store it anyway. So now it's time for us to go quickly over here. Gonna set it as destination and see if we have enough money for a cashier. And I think that was just 400 bucks, so we might just be in luck. Yeah, the cash register is 900. Oh my god. Okay, so it turns out we cannot afford a cash register. That's 900. I thought it was 4. But can we afford a cabinet with drawers? No. That's also 470 bucks. And we finally got somewhere. We worked hard for quite a few days, almost a bit over a month at day 32, and luckily we managed to get a store and we accomplished quite a few things. So we got a building, we got most of the items. The only things remaining are a cash register, which is 900 bucks, a cabinet with drawers, which is another 470, and last but not least, we will also need the clothing items so we can have something to sell. And after that, we're good to go. We can quit our job for good. Today's episode has come to an end, and I feel a deep sense of accomplishment as we're finally making significant progress. The hard work is truly paying off, and I'm extremely happy about having a physical shop. Thank you for watching and for your continued support, and if you're enjoying the series, please consider leaving a like. Take care, and I'm looking forward to sharing more with you in the next episode.